Been telling you the pressure is on as ceasefire negotiations intensify today. World leaders are meeting in Egypt to try to hammer out a hostage deal between Israel and Hamas. While Hamas has representatives in Cairo this weekend after sending a proposal to mediators last week, Israel has not sent a delegation. One Hamas official on Saturday accused Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, quote, of personally hindering a ceasefire agreement. Our very own Robert Sherman is live in Tel Aviv this morning. Robert, great to see you. So we've been talking about this for months, you and I. We've had glimmers of hope. It hasn't worked out. Where do these truce talks stand currently?
As we head into another day of these discussions here, Hena, you still hear these sentiments from Hamas that they're engaging in these talks in a positive spirit. But the bottom line, Hena, is that the sticking points that have been in place for the last couple of months, they're still sticking at this hour. Hamas has shown some degree of appetite for agreeing to a deal as long as it leads to the ending of the war in Gaza. That last condition is a non-starter, according to the Israeli government. We've heard the leadership here in Israel say time and time again that the war will not end until Hamas is destroyed, and their capabilities have been hampered to the point that they'll never be able to threaten Israel again. That has been the line that we've heard for months, and right now neither side is really budging on that one tenet, no matter how the other aspects of this negotiation go with prisoner exchanges and things of that nature. That's the issue that is at place. On the ground here in Israel, it's been another weekend of demonstrations here in which hostage families and those who want to see a hostage deal done have been demonstrating, gathering, calling on both sides to put away their egos, put away the posturing, and get this done. This is what one demonstrator had to say.
The Israeli people are hostages to the right-wing government. The people of Gaza are hostages to the Hamas, and basically there has to be a way to overcome that and to stop the fighting and the killing. This for now and to get everybody home.
But I would tell you, Hena, that there are a variety of perspectives that we come across here on the ground. There are some people who we meet in Israel who believe that the war should continue on for their own national security purposes to stop Hamas. There are others who believe that a deal should be struck, but Israel should be very cautious about what they give up. So there are a lot of political discussions taking place here. Everybody does want to see those hostages come home soon. Hena?
And Robert, with all those political discussions, what happens if diplomacy does fail, we don't get a deal in this latest round of negotiations?
Well, if you listen to the public posturing from Israel, that means the next phase of the war, which is an operation in Rafah. And if you've heard what Israel's allies, such as the U.S. and the U.K., have said, they want to avoid that at all possible costs because they fear for the humanitarian situation there. But Israel has effectively laid this out as an ultimatum. Either get this ceasefire deal done and push back the clock on a Rafah operation, or no deal and the Rafah operation starts rather promptly. That is the way that this has been laid out so far. So that's why we're waiting to see how these chips fall, Hena.
And Robert, we had some breaking news come into the newsroom a little while ago. Benjamin Netanyahu just posted on X this morning that the government is kicking out Al Jazeera out of Israel. That's the text. What do you make of that now, and why now?
Yeah, you read that statement there. The government under my leadership decided unanimously the incitement channel Al Jazeera will be shut down in Israel. Obviously, we don't know the straw that broke the camel's back or what those behind closed-door discussions were like. But this is what I would tell you, Hena. Since October 7th, the government of Qatar has drawn the ire of the Israeli government. Al Jazeera is based out of Doha, Qatar, and had very close connections to the government there. And so there have been a lot of questions about coming from the Israeli government about where do Qatar's allegiances stand? Is Qatar trying to incite a situation here in Israel, spreading propaganda? Because remember, Hamas has a political bureau based out of Qatar. So all of these lines play together here as the Israeli government, since the beginning of this war, has hammered the Qatari government despite the role that they've played in these mediation efforts. Hena?
Fantastic reporting, as always. Robert Sherman live in Tel Aviv this morning. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.